and the wood was here, and these very heavy stones, you can see here, you can tie it from here, from there, and put the pressure on the wood, on the stick, and the pressure was done here, and all the olive oil came here. You can come here and see it's kind of a small bath here. It's kind of a gathering pot where all the oil will gather. So this is an example of a production of one of the most important food ingredients in ancient Israel, which is olive oil. We say dagan, tirosh, veitzar. Okay, wheat and grapes, which make wine, and itzar, which is oil. Okay, these are the three fathers, we say, fathers of food in the ancient Israel. And now comes the question, okay, such big installation, production, why in a cave? Why not in the open air?
They had to hide it from the Romans.
Before the Romans came.
Well, it's out of the sun. Does it help preserve somehow? I don't know. It's
Sun?
easier to work in the shade.
Okay. Think about the time, you know that from the holidays, the time of oil production. When is the time of oil production? Hanukkah, winter time. You see that always today. If you come in the fall time, after Sukkot, you come here to the villages, you see people are taking out the olives and make them ready for the oil production. So between Sukkot and Hanukkah, the Mishnah tells us that this is the time of the oil production. Now Hanukkah is in the midst of the Israeli winter. It's not the Polish winter, but it's still a winter. And you need to produce the olive oil in a secure location, against the rain, not against the sun. And this is why we find it mainly in caves or in places where there is a shelter. Unlike that, the production of wine was done when?
The summer.
In warm season.
When is the wine season, wine production season in ancient Israel? Think about Tu B'Av. Tu B'Av is a festival that the daughters of Binyamin were dancing in the grape yards and so on. Summertime. From Shavuot to Sukkot, the Mishnah tells us this is the time of the grapes and of the wine production. This is summer. And also the grapes are very sensitive. You cannot carry them several kilometers up to your village and then produce the wine. You produce the wine near where the grapes are. And this is why in the archaeology in Israel, we find many wine production places on the countryside, not on the village itself. Okay? You go now to this hill, to that hill, you will find a very flat area where they were smashing the grapes and generating wine. Nearby where the grapes were grown.
So
In order not to waste grapes when they take them several kilometers on the back of a donkey up to the village.
So olive trees grew near here because they had this here.
Sorry?
Olive trees grew near in this area.
Yes, definitely. The Galilee is one of the major sources of olive. There are many stories in Chazal about people coming from Lebanon to buy oil in Israel, in the Galilee. The Galilee was very famous in his oil production, definitely. Up to these days. If you come here, you know, prior to, like in November, December, you see all the Arab villages are working on their olive oils. Mainly Arab villages because, you know, Jewish modern settlers, they have kind of sleeping places. They do not produce oil, but the traditional Arab villages, this is what they do up till these days.
So really